Okay, so we are looking today again at the telephone message form under the unit Reception and Hospitality in the Office Administration Syllabus. To put this form into context, this form is used, or the telephone message pad is used when receiving and delivering messages to colleagues or supervisors, persons in the organizations, etc., who may be unavailable to take a call or absent when a call comes in for them. All right. So it is important for the receptionist to gather the correct information to complete the telephone message form. The procedure is that when the call comes in, the receptionist should inform the caller that the person whom they wish to speak to is unavailable, either through absence or being in a meeting or whatever. Now, the first thing is the receptionist asks the name of the caller, right? Before asking their name, they let the person know that the person whom they call to speak to is either unavailable or absent. The absence of that person should always be explained in a positive light. So please be Mr. Jones is unavailable to take your call at the moment because he's in a meeting. Mr. Jones has not reported for work today. He is unaway. Unfortunately, may I assist or whatever, right? Give an estimated time of the colleague's return. So let's say Mr. Jones is away on business and will be back by Wednesday. You indicate that. And you always offer to help the caller by taking a message and transferring it to the person who was not available to take the phone call. So the important information that you need to record is the name of the caller, the purpose of the call, the address or organization of the caller. You sign the telephone message form as the person receiving the message, the contact number of the caller, the date and time of the call, and a brief message. All right? So here we have an example of a page from a telephone message pad, where the information will be transferred. Date, name, time of call, while you were away, what transpired, X called to say it is urgent, etc. Telephone number of the caller, message, and your signature. All right. So this is an example of a telephone message pad that is used by the receptionist to receive a telephone message and then deliver it to the person for whom the message was intended. So here we are moving on to an example of a call that may have come in while you were at the reception desk. You are Sandy Clark, employed at Northeast Traders as the receptionist. At 9 a.m. today, you received a telephone call from Suzanne Best of TCL. Miss Best asked you to take a message for Mr. Tim, who is out of the office. Tell him that the shipment of cement that he ordered will arrive next Wednesday, and he has to pay $300 by 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. She asks you to ask Mr. Tim to call her by 10 a.m. tomorrow to confirm. Her number is 493-6825. Indicate that the message is urgent. So as the receptionist, you are required to use this form to take the relevant details. So now we are going to complete this form to show what message was received by you, the receptionist, and the message that you have taken, which is going to be delivered to the recipient. Okay? So the first, for whom? Right. So first of all, who is the message received for? Let's look and see. You are the receptionist and you have received a message for Mr. Tim. So you need to record that in the message area who the message is for. And in this area, we need to record who is the message from. Who is this message from? Sandy Clark, is that correct? Let's look at the question. Sandy Clark. You are Sandy Clark, the receptionist. You are taking the message. Who is giving Sandy Clark this message? Right. So the message is from Ms. Best, right? Everybody agree with that? Suzanne Best. Where does Suzanne Best, where is she calling from? What organization? TCL, good. Did she give a telephone number? Okay, what's that number? 493-6825. So this is the number that she could be reached at, right? So she telephoned. Did she say it was urgent? Did she request that the person call her back? Right. So we tick off all of these things or circle it because Suzanne Best telephoned. Suzanne Best indicated that she wants the person to please call, and Suzanne Best indicated that it is an urgent message. All right? So let's look now at the brief details of the message that you would have recorded. The shipment of cement will arrive next week, Wednesday. She wants $300 to be paid by 1400 hours tomorrow. And we take note here that the time is given using the 24-hour clock. She wants him to call by 1000 hours tomorrow to confirm. So this is a very important point when taking messages, telephone messages, that the 24-hour clock is used for example, if the two callers are in different time zones, or for there not to be any confusion or ambiguity concerning whether it's AM hours or PM hours. So here we have an example of the message that needs to be conveyed, and you can see that the message was brief, very brief message, and only the pertinent points were taken. So now we move on to the last part of the telephone message form, right? Which is the time when the message was taken. The person who took the message, remember you are Sandy Clark, who is the receptionist. You took the message, and the date would be today's date. So current here means the date on which the message was taken. And that's how the telephone message form or the telephone message pad is completed. Now the written message is delivered to the person's desk so that he or she will see it as soon as they return. Following up on the message, you have, as the receptionist, you have an obligation to follow up with the person to ensure that the message was indeed received by him. If the message was a verbal one, you transfer it or give it to the person pass it on as soon as possible. All right. So in this case, the receptionist would either hold on to the message form, and when Mr. Tim comes in, hand it to him as soon as he comes in, or leave it on his desk so that when he comes in, he can attend to this matter. And that is how the telephone message form assists the receptionist in carrying out her duties of receiving and delivering messages in the organization.